Hello and welcome back to POMODEV, the series where I take about half an hour to make a single sprite. That was something. Okay, so in this episode here I just want to see if I can already make the gravity and control system. So one thing I need to do, just a second, they set the timer. Okay, one thing I need to do is surely give some scripting to this sprite here. So usually in Pico 8 I make all the code inside a single script, and maybe give some functions to do something. So I may start maybe to experiment with the main. Let's see. So I will script in GVD script because I think it's very easy language to script with, and I wouldn't know how to make the others one, so let's stick with that. Let's use the default template. I don't know what it means that it's built into Shin file. Built-in script has some limitation, can be no, just keep it like that, and let's make it inside the scripts folder. Open. Okay, great. Okay, and as you can see we have the two main functions, which is ready when main is created and process that I read it's called every time. Now I need to understand the delta a little bit. As I read online, I think it's something related to, you know, variable frame rate, so you need to understand that. And let me see. So at the moment I will put the sprite around here, for example, and we want that our sprite is affected by gravity. So let's see, maybe Godot. Let's see if I search for gravity. 2D particle system using area 2D, kinematic, physics bone, using character to be platformer movement. Let's see, what is this about? Okay, it's documentation on how to use character body 2D. Godot offers several collision options to provide both collision detection and response. You can avoid problems and simplify development if you understand how each video works. This tutorial will look at the character body 2D node and show some examples on how to use it. Character body 2D is for implementing bodies that are controlled via code. Character bodies detect collision with other bodies when moving. Okay, I think what we need is to make this node here for the character, instead of relying only making sprites, because otherwise I think I should have to code all the collision system by myself, which I did in Pico 8. Movement and collision. When moving a character body 2D, you should not set its position properly directly. Instead, you use the move and collide or move and slide methods. These methods move the body along a given vector and detect collision. Okay. So let me just do that. So let's make a new node of character body 2D, and I will give it the sprite. Now this node has no shape, so it can collide or interact. Consider adding a collision shape 2D or collision polygon 2D. Okay, so let's do that as well. That is a very nice feature. That should be something to be implemented also in other software. It actually guides me to what I need to do. So collision shape, I guess. Okay, a shape must be provided. Please create a shape resource to it. Okay, so let me zoom in. And let's create, I guess, a new rectangle shape. Okay, how can I... Do I just draw it, or? How do I... How do I resize it? Maybe animation? Shader? No. One-way collision? No. Debug color. No, I want to... Okay. I needed to click on it. Don't know why it wasn't... size 20 by 20. But how can I see the size of the collision here? Custom solver bias. I don't know what that is. I do know that was something that Brackeys. Let me just... Why I cannot search? Brackeys was speaking about it on here. Player were beating platform pickups, dying. Let me just see the player. It goes with an animated sprite and collision shape. You see here you can draw the collision shape. What did he do? In this case he creates a circle, but it's visible for him. Why I cannot see the shape? Oh, okay. Because it was right there. Why? Oh, I guess I've understand what's happening. Since the sprite 2D, I like made it over here. When then I made the character body, he inherited the position of the sprite, so I couldn't see the collision here. I mean, I don't know if I like this behavior here, so I should basically give no position to the sprite and then move the entire character. I hope. Oh, okay. How do I disable? Alt, move selected node, perfect. So now the position needs to be assigned to character body and not to the collision shape. Got it. So sprite 2D is that, and collision shape, now we can resize it as well. And I want it to be like this. So having the shape like this should making it able to give some area of error to the player, so it wouldn't be that precise about you know, touching the object maybe with this point here. And it's actually, I think this is the same shape of the previous ship. That also could give me range of customizing the ship without changing the actual collision size, maybe giving, you know, other features as well. But anyway, now that we have solved this, let's see. So let's go back to our script and let's make let's see what we can do. So we have our player. Okay, so that's better. Okay. Yeah, I think I can remove these comments since they don't help me as much. Let's try to change the player position. So how do I implement gravity now? Let's try just to player move and slide. So moves the body based on velocity. So I need to change the velocity. Returns true if the body collided, otherwise returns false. What is the difference between this and move and collide? I don't even have the function move and collide. Hold on just a second. Player and collide. See? Oh, this is for physics body. Okay. No, I don't want that. So I need to first change the velocity. So player velocity. Okay, it requires a vector. Current velocity vector in pixel per second. Use and modify during course to move and slide. Let's see. Character body to the up direction. Floor, moving platform, collision object, input. Okay, let's try player, set velocity. Let's go back to the documentation. This method takes on required parameter. A vector 2 indicating the body relative movement. Typically this is our velocity vector multiplied by the frames time step. If the engine... okay. The move and slide method is intended to simplify. Move and collide is most useful when you just want to move the body and detect collision, but don't need any automatic collision response. For example, if you need a bullet that ricochets off the wall, you can directly change the angle. Move and slide. Okay, I don't need move and slide then, because I just need to detect collision. So, detecting collision. When using move and collide, the function returns a kinematic collision to D directly, and you can use this in a code. When using move and slide, it's possible to have multiple collision occurs, and the slide response is calculated. To process this collision, use get slide collision count and get slide collision. So var collision will move and collide. Velocity times delta. If collision, I collided with collision get collider name. A common question: how do you decide which movement often responses to use move and slide? Because it is simpler, but it's not. One way to think of it is move and slide is a special case, and move and collide is more general. For example, okay. Automatically alters the velocity variable. Okay. I mean, let's see if this works. And let's try to set player velocity uguale vector 2 properties float x and float y. that. Okay, it seems to be kinda working. I mean, it's something. What if I use vector 2i? Well, yeah, it's moving 1 pixel per second, I think. What is delta about? What if I don't add delta? What happens? Okay, it just goes away instantly. Can I like have, you know, maximized? Let's start the maximized. Okay. So I need to add delta, and delta is how much for second or for millisecond? I think it. Oh, it told me when I created the script. Okay, that's my fault for deleting the comment. So that does the character body 2D has a velocity? I mean, it doesn't have a velocity, at least not in the properties here. So let's just do this. Vector 2. Okay, my computer crashed again. So I'm really suspicious that is the NVIDIA broadcast software to do that, because it already happened 2 times, and it only happened when I'm recording with that noise removal. So I will need to find an alternative solution for the software. I'm sorry to interrupt this episode very suddenly, but I will need to fix this problem first, as it makes working to this project very hard, since I always fear that the computer crashes and maybe it lose some progress. Fortunately, Godot is auto-saving everything, but for example, in this case, it didn't actually save the script for some reason. Maybe because I don't know what happened to the files, but you know, I cannot fear to lose progress every time I record a video. So I will take this time off to check for an alternative, and also I will take the time to check better the documentation and maybe implement gravity in a better way. At least what we find out in this episode is how to set up the character and how maybe delta works, but I still need to dig in that. So for the moment, thank you for watching and for your patience as well, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care.